Hi, and welcome in. This is Divination Rainbow. Thank you so much for taking the time to join in for today's reading. And to all of my friends who are returning, an extra special thank you. I am truly so grateful for you. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today, but I'm pretty excited about it and I think it's going to be fun. So, what we're going to be reading into at this time is just a little bit of the collective energy into the past, present, and future. Once we get an idea of what that looks like, you'll certainly know if that past and present energy is resonating for you. And we're going to move right into what that future energy is going to look like by pulling through some oracle guidance. So, I'm excited to do this reading today. I'm ready to jump right in here for you. I love this adorable deck as well. It's pretty easy to shuffle too because the cards are just a little bit smaller, which I do like. I know everyone always says stuff like that, but it's really true. So in your past energy, we're seeing a little bit of maybe not even kind of being aware of everything that was going on around you. There could have been someone in your orbit that was kind of paying close attention to you and you were not fully aware of it. Or there could be an opportunity that was kind of hanging around and you didn't see it right away. What about presently? Okay, so we're seeing right now you're in a little bit more of a decisive state where you're more focused in your mental abilities and you're taking the time now to be able to use your intellect to kind of see things through. And what about for the future? This Four of Cups is giving me some like April energy as well. And then I'm getting some transformative energy from this King of Swords. And what's coming up is just a little bit of nostalgia, making maybe even new memories for some, being in an energy with this Six of Cups of really feeling a familiarity. Or I'm also seeing with this kind of like outer worldly experience, it could just be kind of an escape from reality. And there's quite a bit of Saturn energy here in your reading as well. So this could be, especially where it's in the past energy and then moving into the future energy. You can see this as being something of having like a karmic balance kind of restored. We have the Saturn kind of tilted on its axis towards the like pointing up towards the right at a 45-degree angle in the first card, and then in the Six of Cups, it's going in the opposite direction, but still kind of at that same 45-degree angle and kind of opposite color patterns as well. So this could definitely be a representation of restoring like a karmic balance and kind of bringing order back into things, order being restored. And once again, I am getting like an April energy with what looks like these little daisies here. And I'm seeing a person who is either spending time with family or doing some thinking back into perhaps your own childhood and what things were like with your family growing up. All right. Very interesting to see. So, with that being said, we know that's the future energy, right? That Six of Cups. That's usually something that makes me think of nostalgia, but it can also, like I said, be about just being around familiar people, kind of getting away and kind of making new memories as well. And I'm definitely picking up on that energy here. I'm getting like there was a situation in the past with that Four of Cups where there was maybe a little bit of someone who wasn't quite sure. They were kind of needing their space, they were kind of separating themselves. And then I see it progressing into this King of Swords energy. That would be the current energy. That's a person who's more decisive in their action and more capable of making a choice from a place of being informed and not having to overthink it either, right? And maybe that is what's put you back in this space of now wanting to reconnect with others with the Six of Cups energy, wanting to make new memories, being back in a familiar space, and kind of getting back into that state where you can also kind of fill your cup in a little way of kind of having that social activity that gives you a little bit more of life force energy. Now that we see this, we're going to be going into more of that that what is bringing this in, this life force energy. What is bringing in this familiarity? What is bringing about this call to reconnect and to kind of take a look back maybe at some of the things that happened in your childhood as well? What can we see, please, about this Six of Cups future energy for my viewer? Okay, so yeah, you definitely took time to kind of introspect. You definitely took time to kind of nurture yourself so that you would be able to have a deeper understanding, a deeper experience. And when I say experience, I mean like human experience. And also in a way that you would potentially at some point in time even have a desire of being a mentor to others. What else can we see here? Oh, wow. Interesting. And ravens or crows could also be a synchronicity for someone here. I see you in this transformative energy and also, excuse me, also at a point where you were going in maybe a different direction from some of those people that are typically in your circle, in your familiar circle. You were put into a space where you were more reliant on your gifts, more reliant on your ingenuity, more relying on that intellect that we saw with the King of Swords. Yeah, two flippers there. Get one more if we can. I like a nice even number. What else can we see as we pull through guidance for the future? Oh, interesting. A little bit of Pisces energy here. All right, so here's what I'm seeing for you for this future energy. I see you continuing to go on your journey of deeper expansion, more authentic experiences, a more authentic human experience for sure. I see you in a situation where you definitely have perhaps had a little bit lack of clarity, feeling like things are going in a few different directions, not completely sure of what people you wanted around you, what people you could trust, who should stay and who should go, is what I'm hearing in my mind. And also what I'm seeing with the Miasma card. All right. And it was also putting you in a situation where you felt like you really needed to protect yourself. You could have even felt like somebody was sending bad energy towards you. And so now you have put yourself, as you move forward into the future, into a higher state of being proactive about your protection. It's putting you into this place in the future where you're going to be in more of a grounded energy, where you're going to be moving from a place of approaching new opportunities with protection, where you're using your thoughts and you're using that mental energy that you've developed to be able to discard anything that's coming towards you in a way that's not useful. So if you feel like there are people around you, for example, who are kind of putting off like a bad vibe, or there's an individual who you maybe feel like has been spreading rumors or something like that, this future energy is putting you in a place where it's just rolling like kind of water off a duck's back, so to speak. It's not affecting you because you've shielded yourself, and your guides are not letting it reach you either, because you are going to be able to break away. You know what is true, and you're going to be able to see through any kind of mistruth or like anything that gets interpreted the wrong way. All right. Because especially with the disciple here at the beginning, you're a very patient person. You're the type of person who is able to see things through to the end. And you've been someone who's done a lot of learning about yourself as well. You're not someone who is just going to let all of your strength that you've built up mentally at this time go to the wayside. All right. You're someone who has a lot of strength that comes from within. And where we saw the older bunny and then the younger bunny on that Six of Cups, I'm looking at that now. it's kind of tying in with this energy here, with the Father card too. I kind of see a synchronicity here where we have the father holding the child, and then we have the adult bunny and the child bunny, right? And it's kind of giving me also more of that protective energy, but also I am seeing someone here who is a provider, someone here who is a powerful person, whether you're providing for yourself and nurturing your inner child, or whether you do have a community around you that you're responsible for. It's definitely also an archetype where whenever I see the father in this type of context, it really brings in a person who is willing to go out and do what they need to do to be able to bring back what they need to bring back to their family. All right, traditionally speaking, from an archetype sense. And so when I see that, it really makes a lot of sense that it's coming underneath this disciple card, which also really speaks to the energy of being able to expand your mind and expand your thoughts for like the betterment of others as well. So I definitely see that as being a big part of your future. Being able to harness those gifts that you have cultivated around your mental fortitude. That's the word that I'm hearing is fortitude, which is really interesting. So, not just strength, but also resilience in a way and durability, being able to withstand. Okay. And then, of course, we have this Pisces energy. I've been kind of avoiding it a little bit because it's a zodiac sign and I don't want it to go too much in that direction. And of course, that may be a synchronicity for you, sun, moon, or ascendant. But I also really want to point out that in the tarot, the Pisces card in the tarot is actually the moon. So this makes me think about intuitive gifts. This makes me think more about intelligence. This makes me think more about somebody who is deeply going within to gather more knowledge, an introspective person. And then with the two fish down here, I'm kind of seeing a little bit of balance and harmony. I'm seeing someone here who's reflective because as you stare into the water, you're going to see what reflects back off of the surface. And it's also giving the same kind of patient, waiting energy of the disciple card. So as you move into this future energy, I definitely see you remaining in this moon like energy, having that dreamy kind of energy, and being able to kind of be patient with yourself and others. And it's going to continue to put you in this place of just being able to stay unbothered, basically. Chaos and confusion is not going to shake you. You're going to be able to continue to do the things that you need to do to bring your dreams into reality, to reach up and to pull down the things that you need to enlighten yourself and to be able to strengthen your manifestation ability and watch the things that you have been working on and cultivating unfold continuously. And that's what happens when you do the work. This little card here is trying to poke out. I don't know if you can see that on camera. The bottom of the deck was sliding out. Phases. Yeah. And the moon there too. A lot of moon energy. And the phases of the moon could even have something to do with your specific manifestation techniques. But this is a major shift here in the energy. It's a transformation and it's also a leveling up. I love to see that for you. That's so exciting. There was a really great energy surrounding this reading today, and I absolutely wanted to kind of dip into it a little bit and see what we could pull through. And I'm so grateful that we did. I'm absolutely glad to be able to see these types of like reflective and transformative messages. It's nice to be able to do different types of readings, right? And please let me know how this resonates for you and if you like these types of readings. And until we see each other in the next one, of course, you know that I do hope you take good care of yourself. Bye for now.